Hi, if any of you are with us for the Skin Health webinar today, I'm Dr. Wallace, and we're going to be getting started about 5 after 12. So as you kind of join, settle in, get a drink of whatever you want, and just hang out, and we will get started a little after noon so that when everybody's with us, we can get started. As you're joining too, keep in mind, and I'll announce this later, that if you're on a phone, you can write questions at the bottom. And if you're on a computer, you can write questions at the side. And we will answer all those questions at the end. So we won't forget. And you have to stay till the end. And I'll remind everybody this because we have a special offer, of course. Oh, look at all you on-time people. Good job. I would be the 5 afternoon person. That would be me. But I appreciate you people that are here already. Good job. And Dr. Kara Slater is going to join us today too. We're going to kind of just talk because I think that's a lot more fun than running through like a slideshow. And it gives you the opportunity to ask a lot more questions too. There's Dr. Slater.
Hi, everyone. Going to be joining Dr. Wallace today. But yeah, I think we're waiting just a couple more minutes for some more people to pop on.
Yes, we are. The early birds and the on-time peeps are already here.
I know.
Look at like, yeah, the people that need the grace period, like me, they're not here yet. They'll be here, so I promise. I'm either a 5-minute or a 15-minute person. So generally at 5. 5's good. 5's good, yeah. But sometimes I need 15.
It's lunchtime. You can grab your snacks and then sit down and enjoy.
I told them to get the drink of their choice.
Oh, fun.
Whatever they're in the mood for.
Whatever kind of a Wednesday it is, right?
Exactly. I have my water, but it's like as exciting as it gets at the moment.
Yeah.
And I brought a lot of things, a lot of Eminence products to share with you all today. So at the right time, I'm going to be showing those. I'm going to give a little sneak peek, though, at one of my hacks, if you will. If you're on Zoom a lot, this is my hack. My hack is the Hibiscus Ultra Neck Lift. So, of course, 15 minutes before we went on today, I went and got this. We keep this in our cabinets here. That's the best thing about working here. No, there's a lot of really good things, but it's a good thing. So I went and grabbed this and hurried and put it on my neck. So what it does, it's got a little bit of caffeine in it, basically. That's a natural way to kind of tighten right away, and it goes away. It's not something that is over time going to make things better, but it is an immediate fix for fine lines and sagginess, which happens to be mostly in my neck. So this is our little hack that I'll tell the early birds that are here already. This is what you need if you're online and you're still working with your neck and doing things with your neck. So there you go. That's my early bird gets the worm. What I got today.
I know we're all showing so much more of our necks now that everything's Zoom, right?
Yeah. I know. You have to get the exact right angle. That should be a whole webinar in and of itself. What angle should you get? And like, what do you have to do with the lights? And how high should it be? How low should it be? Where should you sit? Like, it's a thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole there's an entire new world to how do I look on Zoom calls?
I know.
We all need to learn.
I know, we do. It's definitely. In fact, I think there was when Zoom started and I was doing a lot of the interviews for the morning news channels, they sent out this like 3-page document where to put your computer, which lights should be on, what you should wear, where should your hair be? Like, it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff that I kind of went, I don't even think I can comprehend all that. I don't know. It's fine.
One day when you've got a full hair and makeup team, right? But until then, you use what you got. The neck lift.
It's happening right now with all I got. Well, I think we'll go ahead and get started. Good thing I have the water. And because it looks like we have a lot of those that were signed up. And if you join later and you're a 5-minute after kind of person like me, you're not going to miss that much.
Yeah, great. Well, I'm going to start by just kind of introducing us. So my name is Dr. Kara Slater. Obviously, I'm here with Dr. Chris Wallace, and we are both naturopathic physicians here at Desert Wellness Center. And here we treat so many different conditions with natural therapies. But today we get to talk about the really fun stuff, which is skincare, everything about your skin from the inside out. So I'm going to lead it into Dr. Wallace now.
Yeah, I have an affinity for this. I love talking about skin, and mostly it's because it is an inside out process, right? Your skin is really like your dashboard for your health. It will tell you if you're healthy. You can look at people, you can just tell if their skin is glowing, they're feeling and looking good. And that is because it starts on the inside. So, and the skin is almost like, you can kind of liken it to sheets. Your skin is your sheets, and underneath it's kind of the mattress, right? So the skin is what we see, and we have to treat what we see. And underneath is collagen, blood vessels, fat, everything that is mostly the structure under the skin. And I'm thinking about, most of us think about the face, but I'm talking about the whole body. I treat a lot of conditions that are not just acne or wrinkles that have to do with skin. And in fact, if you take care of the sheets and the mattress, there's a lot of things that can go wrong if you don't take care of them. And that's kind of, if we allow too much not enough detox options, if we're not eating the proper diet, if our hormones get out of whack, if we're dehydrated, all of those things affect both the sheets and the mattress. So we're going to kind of start maybe on the inside and see what you need to be doing to make a difference.
Right. I love that. I love the analogy of the sheets and the mattress and then talking about everything. So you were saying, you can tell so much about someone's skin, their health. So how do you get that healthy glow? Like, where do we start in order to have that beautiful glow that we all want?
Well, it's kind of like the pat answer all the time. I feel like I'm saying 100% of the time, and you probably are too. It's, well, starts in the gut, so let's fix up that gut. But it's true. I kind of gave it away by saying your skin is your dashboard. Well, your skin's also your biggest detox organ that you have. So it's going to flush away things that don't belong in your body. And guess where those things start? Right in your gut, right? So if you get a bacterial overgrowth, if you're not eating properly, you get a yeast or fungal overgrowth, your skin will show it. And in fact, I mentioned we treat everything from obviously acne and wrinkles and fine lines, but we also treat a lot of eczema, fungal growth on the body itself. That starts on the inside. So getting yourself on a really good probiotic is a key item, not only for your gut and your bowel movements, but for your face, for your skin. If we don't have that healthy inside, our skin's going to naturally try to detox it on the outside, and that's going to show up right on the skin. And I know that, Dr. Slater, you had some issues on the inside out that had a little bit to do with allergies. Can you share that with us?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. This point really hits home. I noticed in my 30s, it was like, okay, this is when your skin's supposed to be clear, right? I'm not a teenager anymore. And all of a sudden I'm having breakouts all the time. And it was like, what is going on? So I finally said, okay, let me practice what I preach, did a food allergy panel, looked, and oh my gosh, it was eggs. And my gut was so inflamed. I cleaned up my gut and my skin cleared right up. So you hit it right on the head there. And I see this all the time with any sort of skin stuff. If the inside isn't healthy, it's going to reflect on the outside.
Yep. So, food allergy panels like you ran on yourself, we run on our patients all the time. I see more often, and this is not for everybody, but the eczema and that dry, flaky skin is often related to eggs or sensitivity to eggs. A lot of times dairy is going to cause more of that acne breakout. So I do see some consistent results with different skin conditions, but everybody's unique and everybody's going to be different. So that's why we do use a lot of food allergy profiles to figure out, well, are there foods that are irritating your system and then in turn irritating your skin, full body, not just face, but everywhere. So that's a really big inside out problem that I see. The other one that we see often is hormones. And that happens to be one of our favorite things, right? Inside, there's other things I'm talking about on the outside, like environmental stuff. But while we're still on the inside, our endocrine system or our hormones are crucial for your skin. Now, the first thing that you would think is our hormones are overdone and that's why I'm getting acne, or that's why, teenagers get acne. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to take a moment for estrogen because we have estrogen is actually a really, really good guy when it comes to the skin. And you notice it when it's not there. And how you notice it is the collagen. So let's go back to the sheets mattress little analogy for a minute. Mattress underneath is made up mostly of this major collagen this collagen fibers that make up, if you will, like this little matrix. And when that stops to work, when we don't get as much collagen anymore, obviously our face and everything will start to sag. Not just face, but like your thighs, you get that little knee fat, and the arms around the elbow. So it gets very saggy because that underneath collagen matrix is now not there. Estrogen is important for that. So starting at the top of the age grid, postmenopausal, that's where we see some of those hormonal changes on the skin. If we travel back in time and go to the youngsters, see, obviously I see a lot of skin issues, not only in itty bitty kids, young kids, 5 to 10, that a lot of times that's the food stuff. But when you're talking about hormones, obviously it's the teenagers, right? That's the thing. We get zits when we're going through puberty and when we're in our menstrual cycle. So, we can do something about that. We get them because testosterone and even a little bit progesterone has a tendency to increase the activity of the sebaceous glands. Those are in the mattress too. There'll be a quiz after this, by the way. What's in the mattress? What's not? No. Sebaceous glands are in the mattress too. So when you are, cranking out testosterone, especially for the boys, you're going to get a lot of breakouts because the sebaceous glands are just so busy, kind of replicating and putting out a lot of oils, if you will. If you also have conditions like PCOS, Dr. Slater, have you seen acne breakouts with PCOS?
Oh yeah. It's so classic, right? For some of those hormonal imbalances. And it's like, oh, well, this is the underlying reason, right? Yeah, for sure. When you have PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome, you have a tendency to run high on testosterone, which is called an androgen. So unfortunately, we see a lot of breakouts with that condition too. So how do we put the kibosh on the testosterone and in some cases progesterone? And the reason I'm mentioning progesterone is because the inequality of the estrogen to the progesterone and testosterone just before your period is what also causes those breakouts. So first of all, our hormones love to be balanced, and that's what we do, right? When they get out of balance, it causes problems, and that's what we're talking about with the skin. So when you have those sebaceous glands kind of going all wackadoodle because testosterone and estrogen are out of control, we come in and try to just balance that out.
And we do that with nutrients. We also do that with topicals. So I'm going to kind of throughout this show you some of my favorite products. So this favorite product, it's called Acnetrol. Can you guys see that okay? Mm-hmm. Acnetrol is one of the supplements that I use for acne for young people, and even somewhat in cyclical acne, which is when you get them right before your period. The reason this works is because it has some serious amounts of vitamin A in it. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because I'm going to talk about nutrients in a minute, but has a lot of vitamin A in it. And it also has zinc, which we're going to get to, the B vitamins. It has everything in it that's going to solve the inside problem and slow down the sebaceous glands and slow down the deposition of extra cells on your face. So this is one of my favorite products for that kind of hormonal issue. Obviously, with our perimenopause or menopausal females, we're going to give them a little estrogen. Why not? Did you know you can even put estrogen products on your face? You could do that. Isn't that cool? So we can do things like that directly on the skin, and I'll show you other things later about that you can really help build that collagen again with hormones. But the balance of the hormones is always a big one. So you come in, I have skin problems. Okay, fix the gut. Do you have any allergies? And let's see what's going on with your hormones. So that's kind of like the first part that we work on. But the environment's is also a really big one, right?
Right.
Do you use sunscreen, Dr. Slater?
What was that?
Do you use sunscreen?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're in like the sunniest place, one of the sunniest places in the country. So we cannot neglect the fact that it's going to affect what we need to do to our skin to keep us looking youthful. Mm-hmm.
So when we are out and about in Arizona, especially, and we're exposed to those UVA and UVB rays, the UVA is the one that penetrates deep. Most of the rays out there are UVA rays. They come into the skin, go underneath, and just do that to all of our collagen, make it go away. And that's not good. About 5% of it's the UVB rays, and those are actually quite damaging. They give you the sunburn, and they also can change the DNA in the skin. That's where we're talking about cancer. It can also be reflective off of your blue screen. So right now we're causing damage to your, I'm so sorry, but we're causing a little bit of damage, but not if you have some sort of sunscreen on. So one of the sunscreens, I think Dr. Slater, share with us, which is the sunscreen that you like the most?
Yeah. So we actually had just recently, I had this shock that I think I'm safe inside when, I'm not be outdoors. I don't have to worry about damaging my skin. No, the light that's reflecting from my computer screen that I stare at for 6 hours is actually also going to cause me to have more wrinkles, which is not fun. So I just started using the Lilikoi Sunscreen, which, yay, she's got it there. This is fabulous because not only is it protecting me from the sun rays, it's also got a blue light protectant. So then when I'm sitting at the computer all day and I'm inside, I may not be getting outdoors. I'm not just having that slow degeneration. I'm loving it. It's a great product. So that's one of my new favorite go-tos. And I put it on daily. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I get all my moisturizers on, and then I put on my sunscreen no matter what at the end.
Yeah. If we're not using sunscreen, then everything else we're doing is really not making a difference. So we've got to protect our skin from that sun, but also that blue light. The other thing to think about when you talk about the environment and the sun and everything else is, what are you putting on your skin, including that sunscreen that's toxic. Remember, I just told you your skin is your detox. So if you put stuff on it that's toxic, that's not a good thing. Write this down. There's a website called Environmental Working Group, and it is ewg.org. ewg.org. You can go on that website and you can punch in your favorite makeup, your favorite lotions, and it will tell you what environmental toxins are found in that, if it's a clean product, if it's not a clean product, it'll help you make some of those decisions. I'm not going to sit here and tell you for a minute every single thing I put on my body is toxin free, because it's not. But most of it is. And I feel like that's the best we can do in life. So pick the ones that you definitely can use, that you're like, yeah, I love that. I'll tell you, I know I tout the Eminence products all the time, and it's because I believe in them. They work, and they're organic, and they are safe. So when you find a line that you like, I mean, gosh, you just got to go with it. So the environmental toxins really do affect our skin. Pollution affects the skin, so keeping it nice and clean matters. Now, if you're not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to get my Eminence sunscreen, the most important thing is that it's a zinc-based or mineral-based sunscreen. Just find a clean zinc-based sunscreen, right? I mean, that's the most important thing, and it should also say broad spectrum. It needs to be at least 30, and 50 is best, in order to catch all the UVA and all the UVB that's coming in. So that's pretty easy, right? Zinc-based, broad spectrum to get UVA, UVB, and at least 30 to 50 is what you need. So check out the website, and you can see which are those clean sunscreens.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And just to mention, another easy app is called Think Dirty. You guys can download the app, and then you can be in the store and literally scan your product right there, and it will say, red zone, don't go there, we're full of toxins, or It's greener. So something on the go, because we want to keep you guys from putting on super toxic stuff, right? There's a certain amount we can't avoid. So what we can, let's do it.
Right? You're not going to forget the Think Dirty. You might be right. You're going to forget the Environmental Working Group, EWG. That's boring. You're not going to forget the Think Dirty website.
There we go, right? So now you kind of touched on this piece with the inside stuff, but when we're talking about, specific nutrients and foods, what are some of your favorite go-tos that are going to be helpful for our skin?
So one of the easy ways to remember the good stuff for your face is, first of all, we need to be eating things that are antioxidants. So nutrients that are mostly antioxidants. Our skin is damaged, as our cells, because there's a lot of cells on your skin. Your cells are damaged when your skin begins, or when there's oxidation going on, which is anytime your immune system's working, anytime your body's trying to fight something off, throws off oxidized cells. So antioxidants. And we learn these in school as ACE. So putting that forward for you, right? That's how we learned it, right, Dr. Slater?
Yeah.
Yep, ACE. So vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. Those are all antioxidant vitamins. You can ingest them, and you can put them on your face. You can even put them on your face. This is a C and E oil. So antioxidants are what will help with aging, and will also help with cell production. So vitamin A, those are your pretty orange and pretty colorful. Even eggs have vitamin A. So vitamin A is always good to take in, to ingest as a vitamin, and we put it on our skin in many forms. So vitamin A. Vitamin C is like the wonder vitamin, of course, is an antioxidant, right? But it's also really, really good in terms of tissue repair, right? So you're going to repair your tissue, you're going to repair your skin. Your skin's turning over all the time, and that's good, but sometimes it needs help to turn over. And repair. And that's what vitamin C is going to do. Vitamin A actually will help with the sloughing of the skin, and vitamin C is going to come in and kind of repair that. So, and vitamin E is also a reparative. Vitamin C, well, obviously that's where who doesn't know where to get vitamin C? If you don't know where to get vitamin C, then you need to go back to your kindergarten teacher when you guys were talking about oranges and stuff. But it's true. It's pretty easy vitamin to get a hold of in your food. Food's always the best way to get your nutrients, right? I mean, I think we all agree on that. So eat your oranges, eat all of your leafy greens, eat all that. And then if you need extra C on the side, you can certainly take that. Now, the vitamin that's not in there is B. B3, B5, and B6. There's a lot of Bs, but the B3, B5, and B6, super important for the skin. B5 is one that until you start doing research on skin, you won't pop up. But B5 is real important for causing the skin for lack or extra deposition of skin cells. So here's the thing. B5 is a big deal in this Acnetrol that I use for the acne. If you have less cells and your turnover is better, then you're not going to have the opportunity to get the clogging. And that's what B5 does for you. So that's where B5 comes in. And then B6 is real. I use B6 all the time for PMS and PMS breakouts. So B6 does that as well as B3. So, okay, a B complex is easy. But you can always get your Bs in nuts and seeds. You can get your Bs in complex carbohydrates. It's okay to eat a slice of wheat bread that's a whole grain as long as you're not celiac or gluten intolerant. Good B vitamins there. B vitamins in eggs. Gosh, eggs are like a thing. If you they do it. Iron, we're not talking about iron right now, but I always have to talk about iron with my patients. Eggs are great. I mean, we probably need to eat it. They got a bad rap for such a long time. Only the old people like me know that, but they really did. Now, eggs now and then, as long as you can eat eggs. No.
I know, right? But that's why we've got great supplements that with the things that I can't get every time, I take it. It's super easy. I'm like, what's 2 capsules, and it keeps me at the levels I need to be. So
yeah, and most good B complexes, you'll need just 2 a day. I mean, if you're looking at good supplements, you'll need just 2 a day. One more real important one, or 2 more real important ones, zinc. So zinc is super important for, again, clearing up, taking off the dead cells. I mean, zinc is important for our immune system because it goes in there and boosts our immune system. Zinc is always good it's in the Acnetrol, but it's in any skin formula that you'll find. The problem with zinc, in terms of eating it, is that it's only in food if it's in the dirt, and it's a mineral. And so much of our dirt is not good anymore. We don't have good dirt anymore. Our soil's not good. Mm-hmm. So did you know you can buy soil for your garden?
Like good, healthy soil?
You can, totally. This is stuff I learned from my patients.
That's great.
I know. That's why I love it. But if you're gardening yourself, you can buy good, healthy, organic, full of mineral soil to use in your garden. But regardless, most of us need zinc. That at least 15 milligrams a day will help with your immune system, but also your skin. And then fatty acids. Your skin is, if you don't have enough fatty acids, you're not going to feed your skin. You're not going to give your skin the fat that it needs in order to look vibrant and glow as well. So very important.
Yes. And I know I am telling people all day, every day that we need to drink more water. But tell us about, the importance of water with our skin.
So water has your body, the skin in your whole, all your dermis, the whole thing, 64% water. It is the most hydrated organ in your body. Your skin's an organ, by the way. So it is, just so you know, I mean, we don't really,
right.
But it is the most it requires the most hydration. The second is your lungs. So just slide that in there. So, but anyway, we need a lot of hydration for our skin. And I tell patients it's about an ounce per pound. Just no way around it. You try to get, they arrived at that 60 ounces by doing a half an ounce for the average, blah, blah, blah. Make it easy. Drink an ounce per pound of your body weight a day, and don't cheat yourself. And if you're drinking coffee, you got to make up for it, or alcohol. You got to make up for it. So drink coffee, drink of water, drink of wine or whatever, drink of water. Have to make up for that. The quickest thing that you will notice when your skin is dehydrated is the wrinkles, the fine line, the sagging. It'll all come back into play. So drink water and plump up your skin and the rest of your body to be good.
That ain't motivation, right? It's
right.
Remember, this is key. Yeah. So, and it's such an easy tip, right? We can all easily just bring a water bottle, drink more water every day, and it will probably, you're going to just look more glowing and you're going to feel better overall. It helps the inside too.
Yeah.
But I know we're like everybody, I mean, especially in these last couple of years, we're super stressed.
I know.
How is that affecting our skin?
Oh, I know. Most people come in and say, oh, I'm so stressed. I have like belly fat, or my hair is falling out. And these are all really big signs of stress. But, your skin suffers when you're under stress. And it suffers because the cortisol that's released from the stress response. So your body needs to get out of town, right? It needs to run away from the bear. It needs to run away from diseases. It needs to run. It doesn't feel good. It's running. And so your cortisol is going to feed your body what it needs in order to activate the muscles, activate the cardiovascular system. It is also activating the sebum in your skin. So while we want a little bit more, we know that fat is good, but the sebum's not. It's going to clog the pores. It's going to cause more cell generation. Remember, I just told you B5 helps with the not cell generation, so you don't get more clogged pores. So if you're the one that says, oh my gosh, I've been under so much stress and I have all these zits now, that's why. Because cortisol causes that extra sebum production and the extra cell production. So that's another reason to meditate, do some yoga, go for a walk, take a deep breath, anything you can, read a book, calm down, even watch TV. Don't watch the news, but you can watch it if you want, but do what you need to do to just calm the system, because you don't want all that extra breakout.
Right. Yeah. And it's one of those things where there's only so much we can control. What can we do with, like finding those moments to just take a moment for ourselves. And maybe it's even treating yourself to a little facial in your bath, and you de-stress and you clean your skin with a nice mask. Who knows?
I love that. That's a great idea.
So, we start with the skin on the inside, right? That's really the key. We can't have healthy skin if it's a total mess on the inside. But now when, I know you were talking about like the mattress and stuff, how are we treating the sheets? How are we treating the outside? What are we doing?
So obviously, once we've done the inside work, there's work to be done on the outside. Anybody comes in, we're going to treat both their inside and their outside. So certainly the skincare line itself matters, what you're using. If you come in, with acne, we're going to use things that are a probiotic cleanser. You can use probiotics on your skin, and there's cleansers that are that way. And there's also specific things that we can even send into a compounder to take care of. We do every now and then topical antibiotics, which I don't have a problem with that, especially with my teens. Mm-hmm. We can put a little bit of an antibiotic in a cream, and they can put that on their face, and I like that. We have to be careful not to dry the skin too much, though, no matter what age you are. The minute that skin thinks it's dry, it's going to create more cells and create more sebum. So it's like, I know you better than you, and it's not going to work. So watching that, a question I always get is, well, okay, what is the order? Like I have 15 products and I have no idea what I'm doing. So in terms of your daily routine, I always tell patients, of course, we're going to wash twice a day. And, however you can get that in, whatever's easier. Some people keep it in the shower, some people don't, whatever, work that out. We always cleanse. I like a cleanser with a little bit of exfoliating to it because I'm older, and even at my age, I still have a lot of oils on my skin. So I use cleansers with some sort of exfoliant. Some people can't use that. So you have your cleanser. The second thing, some people use a toner. Toners are nice because they'll go in and actually shrink a little bit of pore size, get a little extra oils off. The next is a serum. Serums carry a lot of vitamins. Serums can do a lot of retinol can be in serums. What's retinol for anyway? People are always like, what? Should I use retinol? Anybody can use retinol. It's not just for teenage people who have acne. Well, it actually goes in and changes the cell structure on the face. It increases collagen. Too much is, a high end of retinol that will dry things out, and that usually is saved for some acneic conditions. But in the lower forms, it's good for collagen building and cellular repair. The serum that I always use is this bamboo firming fluid, and it's love it. All ages can use this. It has a natural retinol alternative in it. So it isn't actual retinol, it's a natural alternative, which usually is derived from vitamin A plants. And that's what's in that. So a serum carries a lot of those nutrients. When I flashed this vitamin C and E firming oil, that's the next serum, and then oils in there. The final that are moisturized. Remember, if you don't get moisturizer in, your skin's going to get really, really dry and then get more oily. So you can use a moisturizer there, or that's where you can put your sunscreen on there. And usually there's moisturizer. You can use a moisturizer sunscreen as a combination product. So to review, we're going to wash, then we're going to tone if you want, and then we're going to use a serum or an oil, and then we're going to moisturize. So I think that's pretty easy, right?
It's pretty darn basic. Mm-hmm. You can 3 to 4 easy steps, right? That you can do twice a day. Yep. Make it a habit, and it makes such an impact on the health of your skin for your lifetime.
Yep. And once you start to get that routine and you need a little bit more heavy hitting, we do things here at Desert Wellness like VI Peel. A peel is really, really good for hyperpigmentation. So melasma, sun damage. I like the VI Peel. It has a little bit less phenolic acid, which is pretty harsh, but you need something to peel the skin off. And it has more azelaic acid. So azelaic acid is a more natural alternative kind of to the phenolic. And so we're able to get that on the face. And after about 3 days, you start to peel. My patients, the ones that had dark spot and melasma, love this peel. It works great. And it's not just one peel. It's usually a series of them. Usually we'll do 3 in a row. And with that, they're able to kind of break through that hyperkeratosis, that hyperpigmentation, everything that's happening and that's tough. That's usually genetic. It's worsened with the sun. It has a lot to do with skin type. And it's also worse with estrogen dominant conditions. So there's your hormones again. So that hyperpigmentation is a rough, but we can take care of it. We can do that with the peel. The other thing we can do, either in conjunction with the peel or on its own, is microneedling. And I know probably a lot of you have heard of microneedling, but microneedling is amazing because it's these little baby needles, and we run those little baby needles over the face, which makes these little micro damaging, just tiny micro damaging. Your body goes, what the heck? What's going on? I need to fix this. So collagen starts to be produced, and now from the kind of the inside out, but subdermal out, you get this collagen production, and then the skin reduces the pore size, gets rid of the wrinkles and fine lines. And the cool part is when we actually draw the blood and use your blood plasma to go on the skin first. Now you have your collagen on your skin, developing collagen. It's definitely a win-win. So that's kind of some of the things we do skin-wise to the sheet.
So we talked about the sheets, right? And all these fun things, which I love for my patients. And I have great success with them. Love VI peels and microneedling. I feel like everybody should join in this a little bit. But what about the mattress, right? Like that's such a big piece. And I feel like this is also a lot of the fun stuff that we get to do. So give us a rundown.
People always want to know, well, you're a naturopath. Why do you use Botox? I get that question all the time. So Botox, part of what we're doing with the face in general is we're trying to bring it back to a more youthful state, right? Over time, because we live in Arizona, because there's environmental stuff, because we didn't eat right, because blah, 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 all that happened. Now we have not as much collagen. We took care of our skin first, and now we have to beef up the mattress, and that's where the collagen is. Because we didn't have that collagen, we get these fine lines, and some people get even bigger lines right here, right? The only way to stop that is to kind of bring that muscle still, to say, okay, muscle, you need to stop working. And Botox is a brand name. It's a neuromodulator. There's others. There's Dysport. There's other ones on the market. But it's a neuromodulator, and what that does is just stops the movement. It only stops the movement for about 3 to 4 months. But when you're no longer moving the face as much, now, we don't freeze faces at Desert Wellness, so not very often. Most people are like, I want to look frozen. I'm like, you're not going to be frozen. It's fine. But I mean, I'm not frozen. You're not frozen.
I'm at this is the stage where you don't want to necessarily be. I'm going to get there though. I felt it actually yesterday. So,
okay. Well, it still looks good. But you do want to stop those muscles from working. And when you stop the muscles from working, you will stop those fun. I used to have some serious deep 11s. You can't see them because I have my glasses on, but I had some very deep 11s that I noticed when my kids were little, and I would take pictures of the two of us. Look how cute we are, me and my kid. I'm like, what the heck happened to that between my eyes? So once we started doing Botox, it just went away completely, which is great. So, and Botox is definitely used for other things like migraines, headaches, for treating the jaw. If you have a lot of jaw pain, if you're grinding your teeth at night, that muscle is just working too hard. So we put a little Botox in there, and that stops that muscle from working. And strong masculine muscle. So we use it for medical reasons as well. So aesthetic and medical, which is nice about that. One of the things we can do as well for the mattress, of course, is filler. So we use filler here, and it's nice to be able to bring some volume back into certain places. So let's talk about volume for a minute. You could probably just compare Dr. Slater and I's face and understand that we're significantly different in age. But it's normal, very normal, to lose volume as you age. And if you look at the eyes of somebody younger, you're going to see that their face is shaped more like an upside down triangle, right? So the point is here, and it's much wider here. It's this, and then it comes down, this nice little point. And as we age, that triangle flips. So now the point is here, and everything's down here. And that's because we lose fat around the eyes and around the cheeks. And as the fat goes away, we lose collagen. And so the skin just begins to come down. We get the jowls. We get the marionettes around the mouth, labial folds here. So we want to build volume. That's what filler does. Filler builds volume. You can build volume in the cheeks and lift a little bit. You can build volume in the labial folds. You can build volume in the lips. And it's nice to build volume in the lips to get rid of some of those smoker lines, especially if you've never smoked, because that's not fair. Like, what's up with that? So what's really nice is to be able to combine some of those treatments, like stop the movement, get a little bit of volume. And then the last thing is to kind of lift. So our most exciting treatment that I love a lot and do a lot of training for is PDO threads. And those threads are dissolvable sutures. Polydiaxanone is the long name if you want to be cool and say the word. But those threads we can put in this jawline just to lift. We can put up here to lift the cheeks. We've put them in glabellar. This is the glabella. When between the eyebrows, when you get that real deep line, we can put small threads there to fill it in. So they fill, they lift, they build collagen, they do everything, and they are completely natural. In other words, they dissolve. There's not like we are putting something foreign, I guess, into the body, yes, but they will completely dissolve, and then the body will build collagen. And that's a longer treatment. Some of those bigger lifting threads last, a year and a half, as does some of the bigger filler. But one of my favorite treatments, I'm going to ask you what yours is too, Dr. Slater-Smith. One of my favorite treatments is to do the lower jaw with threads, and then maybe fill in a little bit here with filler, And then, of course, you keep your Botox going. The other thing is to do a couple threads under here for the neck, because obviously y'all know that's my nemesis right now. But we'll put a couple threads here, and then just a little filler here. Oh, it's the best. Now you've just lifted your triangle. It's my favorite treatment. What is yours, Dr. Slater?
Well, I think combo treatments, I love it too. So I've been really loving doing a little bit of filler here to give you this lift. A lot of us, I know this is my spot where I always lift. I'm like, oh, I hate these, right? We often think, oh, I'll put it in here. No, lifting a little bit from here, so a little bit of filler. And then the eyes, Botox, just keeping up with the Botox around the eyes for these squinties, right? And it kind of keeps those eyes less wrinkly, more open. So I love the combo of doing a little bit of filler and then Botox to keep everything smooth. And I get great results, love it myself. And I think that, these combo treatments can be so helpful and they last. It's like you put some filler in, that's going to be there, depending what we do, but maybe about a year. And then come in regularly for your Botox and keep you looking fabulous.
Yes. From the inside out.
Yes.
Well, we need to wrap up because we've been talking forever. Keep going forever. I don't know if we had any questions. Dr. Slater, did you see anything in there?
I think we've got a couple. We can open it up if anybody has a couple more, but I know we had one. Do you have any tips I know a lot of us, we're wearing the masks all the time. Any tips?
Oh, yes.
Maskne?
I forgot about maskne. Yes. First of all, you got to keep your skin clean. But this Stone Crop Gel Wash is the one from Eminence that we've been using as well. So in other words, you got to keep it washed. You got to keep it really cleaned in that area. Even when you first get home, if you're wearing a mask during the day, wash right away. Don't wait till nighttime. Wash it right away. And then you can also, this is a willow bark serum, which we love too. And that's a natural way to kind of get just it's the cleaning. It's because your face gets dirty there. And the more you touch your face, you make more cells. It's not because your hands are dirty. It's because you're making more cells. More cells, more breakouts. So your mask is touching your face all day long. So when you get that mask off, you're going to do some spot treatments with you could even just get a tea tree natural spot treatment somewhere, one of the natural food stores. This white willow bark does really well for that. And then get a really good cleaner. This does not have an exfoliant in it, but maybe get an exfoliating one as well. That is how we get rid of some of that maskne.
Awesome. Yes, I think we all can use a little bit of tips on that. And then we had another great question, which is, are the threads a painful procedure?
Oh, that's a good question. So, when threads first came out, we put like a ton of lidocaine in the face and a ton everywhere to numb. Now we have found that actually sometimes the lidocaine will disrupt the process a little bit. And so some of my more braver patients, I'm like, let's try this without, and they're like, I didn't feel a thing, like nothing. So we will numb the face a little here with some lidocaine, because that's where the thread will start to go down, so that and that lidocaine has a tendency to dribble in a little bit. So we just take that thread all the way in, lock it in, pull it out, go up, over, done. It's part of it is a lot of us here have been doing threads a long time now, and a lot of it is user. It helps if you've been doing them a lot and what plane you're getting in. So in other words, we're good. And it's not painful. You're going to feel a little tinge, especially when you get down to this area, but then it's out, it's done. So I'd say for what you get out of your thread procedure, totally worth it. I mean, you're going to get some inflammation, maybe you get a bruise, but that's normal and typical for a lot of facial treatments. You have a lot of blood vessels there. So, but I say not too painful.
Not too painful at all. I agree with you. Most of my patients are totally fine with it. I don't feel like it's that painful at all. And really, if you think about a lot of the other things that people are doing to their skin, which can be a lot harsher, this is nothing, right? Yeah. I mean, it's so quick. You're in and out that same day. There's no downtime. So yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
And that kind of, the next question is actually great, because it kind of leads us to kind of the end here, where we can talk maybe about some specials, but wanting to know some pricing, but maybe we can talk about what you get if you listen.
Yeah. So I put the offer up. So yay, now you know what it is. So first of all, because you watched the webinar and listened and stuck with us all the way to the end, it's way longer than it was supposed to be. So if you're not a patient of ours already and you really want to work from the inside out, I suggest a new patient appointment. You can get $50 off that new patient appointment, and those new patient appointments are $295. But we meet with you for an hour and a half. We get your labs. It's like a thing. So we'll do 50 off of that. If you're already one of our patients, or you're like, I don't need inside, I'm good, just do my outside. Any treatment that we offer, $50 off. And keep in mind that right now in March, we have a skin pen special, 3 treatments for $9.99. We have a filler special. With any treatment of $500, you get filler for half price. That means if you want to do that lift thing I was talking about, you can do that. And then your filler, if we use a Juvederm Ultra product, which we can, or Ultra Plus product, is going to be half of $525. So that's a big savings. Huge. So that's a big special too. So we have those that are just March specials. If you call, you can use your $50 off. And if you book it now, and even though we probably can't see you till April because it's the end of March already, we'll still honor that March special. So there's, I would say, some really great opportunities to save money, especially since you endured the little webinar today and got some cool information. I hope so. Right. So just give us a call, tell them you watched us on the webinar, and we'll get you your discounts.
Awesome. Yay. Well, it was such a pleasure. It was so fun to be able to talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this little piece as much as I did, listening to the amazing Dr. Wallace and her expertise on skincare. So yeah, I don't see any other questions that came in. So okay. I think that was it for questions.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, and I hope we see you all soon.
Take care.